It is the morning after the night before. I had an absolute blast playing Godforge yesterday for 8 hours on stream. And with that, I'm here to give you the ultimate beginner guide for waves 2 and 3, covering a lot of the basics that a lot of people might not know, which can help you so you can get lots of shiny goodies like you can see on my account here. 1, 2, 3, 5 legendaries now. A couple of them I've just got farming overnight, and I'm here to impart that information over to you. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hello there everyone, Ragewood here, back with another Godforge video. And in this video, I'm going to call it sort of like the ultimate beginner guide, because a lot of things, especially in my stream yesterday, people were asking me lots of questions that I'm going to answer here and hopefully just help you all out in general. So before we go into any of the actual caverns, we're just going to start with the main screen here. If you click your profile, you can adjust your music accordingly as you want it. You can also change the language, which is really nice from a localization point of view, fabulous to fateless. If you are like me and you managed to get 2 Alpha Wave 1s, both the emails I signed up with got it, you can switch your accounts here as well, but there is no re-rolling in this alpha stage, okay? But that can all be found by clicking your profile. Wayland's Smithy is where you find your weapons. So you can see what kind of stats they've got, what the implicit is, so the passive effect on the weapon. And then if you want to throw something on this, you can. Let's just click this guy here, Bork. So if I pop that on this weapon, he would have a 25% chance to counterattack when he receives a buff or a debuff, which is pretty good. But how do we get these? Well, if you come to the Anvil of Creation, this is where we extract the imprints from. So I've got a few that I've just picked up along the way, but for the sake of this, I will do another. So let's find a hero. Let's just go with Unkhessenaman, placing Reflect on an ally when they fall below 50%. This is where I would click Extract, okay? It will ask me to make sure that I want to do that. It's understandable. And then bang! That's done. So if I come back to my imprint library, I now have an Unkhessenaman imprint, and then I can use that to either put on a weapon or a hero. Coming to the caverns themselves, I have at the moment climbed to floor 90. I had to go to sleep. Unfortunately, people have climbed further, and again, I'll show you that information in a moment. But I want to break down the alpha cavern floors here. So, stage 1. Now this applies to stage 1, stage 11, stage 21, etc, etc. These drop your helmets, okay? You'll only ever get helmet drops from here, along with the occasional hero, that kind of thing. So if you want to farm helmets, Florm stage 1, or the ones. Stage 2s drop you chest pieces, 3s drop you pauldrons or your shoulder pads, 4s drop you gauntlets, and then 6 drop you leg pieces, and 7 drops you boots, okay? So if you're looking for specific pieces of gears, those are the levels that you're going to need to farm. Now, if you want just whatever, you're not really fussed, the boss stages drop all of the gear items, okay? All here, and it tells you the sets that drop as well. If you're looking to ascend your heroes, so make them like sort of 4-star, and I'll show you that in a moment. Actually, let's just do that now quickly, show you what I mean by Ascension. You're going to need to farm your floor 5s, but each of the floor 5s drop different colour stones. So floor number 5, as you saw there, drops red and purple. Then 15 will drop, I think it's green and purple, and then 25 is blue and purple. That might be the other way around. But Ascension is what you see here. It's the pink stars that I've got on my Lady Shock and my Isolde, my Shishi, all of these kind of guys right here. So that is what Ascension is. You find that by pressing upgrade on the info tab and then just dropping down. And you can see I've got 44 red ones, and she is currently 4-star ascended. I need to get some more of these bigger ones to get her up once again. But that is what Ascension is. So yeah, you can gain base stats. So if I click Leonidas and go to Ascend, so level 1 Ascension would grant him HP. Level 2 would be the attack. Level 3 would unlock his passive, and this is common for all of the heroes, that you won't unlock their passive till level 3, just something to bear in mind. And then you can move along as you upgrade them. So yeah, that comes from all of your 5s. So 5 is red, purple, 15 is blue and purple, 25 is green and purple, and then you just rinse and repeat that as you go up the cavern. But you'll notice as I go up, I can now start unlocking sort of the polished ones. So you've got raw, polished, and imperfect stones for your legendaries and such later on, blue, etc, etc. Floor 8 is where you farm weapons. Now again, it will tell you just by clicking the info down here what kind of weapons you'll drop, so you're only going to get rare weapons from floor 8. But if I come to 18, still got rares. Let's come to like 38 for example, and I believe epics will start to drop. Yeah, again, so your 8s are your weapons. And then finally, your 9s serve 2 purposes. So they drop what they call Godsteel, as you can see here, and it tells you what kind of Godsteel will drop. And this is particularly important because each weapon also has a faction affinity with it. So some weapons are Aru weapons, some are Asgardian weapons, and you need the corresponding Godsteel to rank it up. So I come to my gear here and I click, I don't know, this battle axe here, and I go to enhance. You'll see that it's an Asgard weapon and I need Asgardian Godsteel to do it, to rank it up, which I have here. And then if I come to this Aru one, I've got 92 Aru ones. But if I come to Chan, I've only got 12. So again, you need to farm Godsteel from your stage 9s. And it will tell you which ones drop once again. So stage 9 is Olympus, Avalon, Asgard. 19 is Tian, Virage, and Izumo, and then the last stage will be Aru, Eka, and then Olympus again, because we don't have all 9 factions represented in the game, I don't believe. But if you want XP to level up your heroes, the floor 9s drop the most, okay? So you'll have to farm floor 9s to get it. The drop difference is actually quite considerable. For example, if I come, I'll run 28 quickly, and then I'll run 29 for you as well. We'll just leave the dudes that we've got in here for the second, just so you can see the rewards at the end. And my team's just going to clap through this because they're all strong enough now at this stage. Lady Shock and Ramses. I was fortunate enough to pull Ramses in the second floor, so I had 2 starters and they have honestly both been carrying me between the 2 of them. So we'll just finish this one up with an ultimate, and you'll see that we will end up dropping sort of 14,400 XP from this floor. Now if we go to 29, is over double, okay? So I think that point serves. Your floor 9s are where you need to farm your XP, and that will go up, obviously, as you go up through the cavern. If you want to farm heroes, so we're going to need heroes to not only awaken the dudes that we already have, but also to use as food. Your boss stages, so sort of your 10s and your 5s, have a higher percentage drop chance than any of the other floors. So, and it will tell you as well what will drop from them, so you can get legendaries as you climb. 5s and 10s have a higher percent chance to drop heroes, so farm those if you want heroes. A couple of other things just to note then. So there are some guaranteed drops throughout. Floor 10 drops Isolde, 7 drops Dagonet, and one of these ones drops Tristan for a lot of us, so I do believe they are guaranteed rewards. Floor 20 is a random epic, but there is a select pool of epics. I've seen a couple. I got Achilles personally, but I've seen people get Bastet, Gilgamesh, Leonidas, along with a couple of others. And Floor 30, the first time you clear it, is a guaranteed legendary, but again, a certain pool of legendaries. I saw a lot of Odins, Ra's, Heimdall, Aphrodite, and Anubis were the ones I think I saw drop from here more commonly. But if you do run this floor repeatedly, there is a chance, obviously, you'll get legendary heroes just from the rewards. But you are guaranteed one the first time you beat him. Now, I personally was running floor 70 overnight farming to get my heroes here, just because I wanted the rank 3 spirits as well. So that's what I did, and the opportunity to get your legendary armor. But that is what I did here. And that sort of covers the caverns themselves. So the last thing we're going to do, we're just going to come into the hero screen. I'm just going to very quickly talk you through that. So here we are, we're back in the hero scroll, the hero roster screen here. So there's a few things that we have here, and I want to just sort of use on a person that we haven't done anything on yet that I feel like I might use. I mean, for the sake of science, let's just click Shinigami. So Shinigami, level 1 hero. If we want to upgrade his level, again, we are on the info screen and we place upgrade. And you may have seen this in a few videos before. We've got this nice little slider. Every breakpoint of a level, you can click autofill and it will throw in a spirit for you. Let's say you want to use rare heroes, you can click the cog just there and you can tell it to use rare heroes as well. Do bear in mind though that this runs a similar sort of situation to raid in that rares count as 3-star heroes, uncommons count as 2 stars, commons are 1 stars, epics and legendaries are 4 and 5 respectively, but they are locked so you don't accidentally feed them. If you want to ascend, as you can see, I've got quite a few blue ones here right now, so you can do that by pushing ascend. And if you want to upgrade abilities, this is where you come. Now you'll notice on a lot of the times when you clear floor 9 for the first time, you will get these pages of knowledge, and as you climb you will get scrolls, and then as you get even further, tomes. These are your skill upgrades for heroes. So pages are what is used on rare heroes and below. Scrolls is what is used on epic heroes. And tomes are for your legendaries. I personally have only got 5 of the legendary tomes so far, which I threw into Heimdall because he is awesome. Gearing, pretty self-explanatory. What I would suggest is look at the hero, click their details, see what they're scaling up, and then try and match a gear set accordingly. What I will do before the end of the 3rd and final wave, I'll probably have a quick short on every hero just on how I would build them. But Heimdall scales off of defense. You can see I've got some defensive gear on him. I did farm overnight, so I might look to swap like some of this bear gear here for defense stacks over turns. And defense, that's just kind of how I've done it. I am going to have a gear guide which will release probably not too long after this one with all of the gear sets that I've seen so far, as well as sort of how to tell what's good, what's not. Awakening, let's say you want to awaken a hero. Let me click Shishi here. What you do is you press Awakening, comes to this screen. You need to physically click this ability right here to come to this screen, and then it will tell you to select one. So if you have a duplicate copy of the character, you can click that. But if you just have an imprint lying around, you can use a direct imprint, or you can use universal imprints. Now, the universal imprints are rewards from completing some of the stages on 2-star. You do have rare, epic, and legendaries, so please do not use your legendary ones on your rare heroes. Stick to your rares and your epics. But let's say I have a copy of him here, so I'm going to click Shishi here. I'm going to click Awaken, and there we go. Got it done right there. And that, I think, covers everything that I wanted. I did have a couple of notes on the screen here. If I've missed anything out, anything you want to know, do of course let me know. I'm going to go live in the time of recording, sort of 2-3 hours from now, 2-3 hours from now. So do come check me out. We had a blast yesterday, and my aim is to finish all of this today if we can. So do come hang out for that. Don't forget to come to the HH site. The Godforge section is now open, so you can click that big shiny button down there. Got a nice looking home page now. All of the hero pages and such will eventually come on here. I'm working on that in the background with the team. But you have the leaderboard. You can type in your name to see where you are. So I type in Rageman. I can see myself ranked 21 currently. I was tied first last night. There was myself, Jake Smash, and this Miguanto, all stuck on that Fafnir fight, but I had to go to sleep. But you can see it all there, your stage level. This tells you how many stars that you've got as you've gone along. So I've got 97 as I've been climbing. And then when we get there, your final boss damage on floor 151. So that is all here. It's exciting. Bit of friendly competition, even though this is not the competition wave, just remember that. But yeah, all a bit of fun. I will overtake these guys today, at least that is the plan, once we've got all this done. So yeah, don't forget to come check this out too. Take care and look after yourselves, work hard, but as always, play harder, and I will see you in another video soon. Cheers.